Here. Did you see that text I sent you here? No. You and Melissa. That. Morning, Sam.
Morning.
Just. I was. You have a. We're gonna cruise to Magna. For the conference.
Were you miserable?
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Committee on Public Services. Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Kenlock,
Present.
Commissioner Clemente,
Here.
Commissioner Baydun,
Here.
Commissioner Palomera,
Here.
Chair Marecki,
Here.
you have a quorum present.
Okay, thank you. And I think you can use your tablets.
Oh, we knew.
Oh. yeah. Okay. All right, thank you. Next item.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
The only remarks I have, I just want to acknowledge all the hard work that's going on right now with Wayne County, the Western Wayne Hazmat Team, Livonia, Oakland County. Steve Shea was up at 3 this morning, working with the spill in Livonia, and it's quite a mess, and it's all over the place going south on Middle Belt Road, but I know everybody's there doing a lot of work, and I guess it's going to be at least another 5 hours before that opens up. So thank you for all the work you do. And Steve, hopefully you can get some sleep tonight. Okay, next item.
C, approve the May 6, 2025 meeting minutes.
Okay, we have an approval and support. Any questions, changes? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
We can also vote using our tablets.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Motion carried.
All right, thank you. Next item.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Next item.
Moving to item 1 under new business. Forwarding an emergency procurement report for a contract with Somet Engineering for professional engineering design services for the rehabilitation of the Old Denton Road reinforced concrete pipe storm sewer in Van Buren Township.
Okay, someone here for this? Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. Steve Shea, Division Director for Wayne County Roads.
Catherine Chung, Executive Project Manager for Wayne County DPS.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Commissioners, Ms. Catherine is the project manager on this particular project. She can get into all the specifics.
Oh, boy. Here we go. We're good. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So this was an emergency procurement contract that was needed for storm sewer and separation of culverts over there by Belleville Lake. We had notification on it. We acted on it, and then I will leave Miss Catherine to give you the specifics on the projects.
Okay, go ahead.
So we did a site review. We found out there's 3 locations that were separated. So the water that was supposed to drain through that pipe into Belleville Lake essentially was going directly into the ground. So essentially what's happening there is the ground is softening and forming in the formation of a sinkhole. So we made a handful of phone calls to look for an engineering designer to be able to design the repairs and essentially do a topographical analysis, as well as a geotechnical investigation to look at the soil, the condition, to look at the slope, as well as see what the deterioration is going to be. The design ended up taking about 4 to 6 weeks to do. We just completed design last week, and we are in the process of looking for, well, we've identified a construction vendor to be able to complete the repairs.
Okay. So how long will it be before they start doing the repairs?
We'll be ready once we start we're working on the easement to be able to get access to, given the slope angle, we can't,
Little steep.
it's a really steep slope. We can't, and given the size of the storm sewer, we can't get there via barge. So what we're ending up doing is we have to build an access road from private property to get to the storm sewer. We're working on that language right now to get an easement, a temporary easement. Once that's complete, we'll be able to do the second phase of this, which is the emergency procurement for the construction side.
It's like a complicated problem.
It is. No,
Any-
but it's under control.
Yeah, that's good. Any questions on this? Yeah, go ahead. And I didn't even acknowledge
Oh,
Commissioner Wilson is here joining us. Thank
Voice,
you.
but no vote, that's fine.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is Van Buren Township.
Correct.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Al Wilson here. Part of my jurisdiction, Van Buren Township. Had no earthly idea that we had earthquake over there. That,
Yeah.
but okay. Well, anyway, you was trying to prohibit that, obviously. So what happened? I mean, I heard some discussion about there was some flooding or something. What the heck happened?
So we don't actually know the cause of the storm sewer. It could be,
Okay.
it definitely wasn't an earthquake. These pipes are old, to be
Okay, I was being
honest.
facetious. I'm sorry.
Yeah, these pipes are old. I hope there wasn't an earthquake that we didn't know about.
Okay.
But over time, ground moves, things shift.
Okay.
Concrete pipes that are separated,
Okay.
basically in a nutshell.
So I think you know where I'm going with this, Steve. You know our friend
I
over
know.
in that area. He
Yeah.
calls me every day, and he's always
Yep.
when it
Mhm.
rains outside, it pours in his house. I guess so.
Yeah, it
Is
does.
this associated with his
No,
complaint?
no, this is
Okay,
completely
something
different.
to okay. All right. Okay, thank you. And Steve, keep up the good work. I appreciate it. We gonna
Got it.
become best friends, man. I appreciate you.
All right.
Commissioner Clemente.
So is this, I don't know any about this area, but so is it closed off right now? So people, is it a road that this is
Yeah.
on or like for public safety? What are you
So,
doing for
There's
this?
barricades everywhere.
Thank you. I just want to make,
Yeah, definitely.
not having anyone go in a sinkhole. So
So did the sinkhole actually happen or you're preventing a sinkhole?
Is that preventing. It is, the ground is softening, and that could be the reason why the storm sewer essentially broke. The ground is softening. There's not an actual like sinkhole like you see in the movies, but that's essentially what we're trying to prevent. And more importantly, we're trying to prevent that entire slope from going into Belleville Lake.
So it is creating a void pretty much. Once the pipe's separated, it's draining out there, it's creating a void. And that's what we're trying to get a handle on it before it gets to be really bad.
Yeah, so part of the construction will be to stabilize the slope in addition to fixing the storm sewer, of course.
Sounds good. Any other questions? Okay, thank you. I don't think
I think I got the second.
you do
one,
have a
too.
second. Okay, Madam Clerk.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of a 3-year purchase order with 2 one-year options to renew with Action Traffic Maintenance to furnish guardrail beams, parts, and accessories for the Department of Public Services Roads Division on an as-needed basis.
Okay,
So this particular contract, Commissioners, once again, Steve Shad, Division Director of Road Maintenance. This is for guardrail material. And besides the point that the prices have gone way high. Strikes are happening more often than usual. So this is pretty much, you're thinking, well, why did the price go up so high? It's been increase in prices, also increase in number of hits, from previous. But, and a lot of things have changed too, Commissioners. Now that MDOT has changing the specification on some of these guardrails, the endpoints, the I-beams, the rail itself. So that all, gets taken under consideration. So that's why we're asking for this.
so when you say hits, you mean people hitting the
Yeah,
guardrail?
so I can give you a particular example, Outer Drive just near M10. I've replaced that twice already at $16,000 a pop.
So you said an increase, people are just driving crazy because it's warm weather? or-
Pretty much.
Okay,
I mean, we can't put concrete barrier, then becomes a huge liability.
yeah.
But people are, this particular location, people are swerving off the roadway almost into people's lawns. They've knocked down trees. I mean, like I said, this is my second installation and they knocked both of those down. And it's stuff like that, you know, if there's a waterway, you need a culvert over there to prevent from people hitting it and going down in the water. So it's real critical and important that,
And it's high speed.
and it's high speed.
Hmm.
I got a
Go
quick
ahead,
question.
Commissioner Baydun.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Steve, these guardrails, they're basically made of metal, right?
Steel.
Steel. Am I just thinking differently here? Have I seen somewhere where they have rubber wrapped around some of these guardrails? Is there such a thing, or maybe in the
Not,
race?
not on the guardrail. You're probably thinking attenuators for impact purposes. You see that in the beginning of the freeway or on the ramp as you ramp in, just for impact and collision purposes. But these guardrails are made out of steel. You know, they have I-beam posts every 10 feet or every 7 feet. They're bolted on. And they also got flare ends, you know, they curl like this at the ends.
So is there usually damage to the car when they hit these?
I would imagine this is your steel.
I mean, are they getting tickets? Like what's,
You know,
what's
but,
going
but they're
on?
coming at such high speed, Commissioner Moretti, is just, ain't no telling, you know, if they're 50 miles an hour and they're smacking that dead on,
Okay,
you know, it's basically just leveling.
Commissioner Clemente.
So once a guardrail is hit, like, it depends on impact. I mean, do you have to rate them and, you know, go around? Can they stay up if they've been hit once, or how?
I mean,
does-
once we have word of it, then usually we'll put it on the list and it depends how critical it is.
Okay.
You know, we'll act on
right.
that. You know, another thing too, Commissioner, is that, you know, it also protects poles in your area. We won't even get in that. But, you know, they've knocked down posts and lamps and everything else with it, so.
Well, hopefully someone's getting tickets with this. and Trying to prevent that craziness. Any other go ahead, Commissioner Wilson.
Thank you, Chairman Rick. Mike, I'm sorry. So I have a voice. I don't turn the mic on, but I guess I got a voice, but no vote. Okay. Director, I just wanted to know, is there any type of signage in that area that talks about, you know, danger, falling rock, or I mean, if there's something to kind of warn
I
the
mean-
potential culprit from slamming into the guardrail that's going to cost us an extensive
Well,
amount of
let
money?
me just say this,
Is
in
there-
this particular location, we've had signs and signs and signs. Every sign has been knocked down, including
sign's been knocked down?
trees, yeah. So we said, okay, then we'll just go ahead and we'll put in guardrail after an intensive study, because sometimes they could be a liability. But, you know, we went ahead and we secured that guardrail. You know, but still, people on 8 Mile, they drive real wild, and on Outer Drive, they drive real wild.
Camera.
So,
Okay, yeah, camera, that was my next question. I mean, obviously, that's gonna be a little more expensive, right? Put cameras in the area to kind of detect what the
we could.
what the driving
That's
habits
one of
are
the
of certain
things
individuals, or whether
we
we
were
have any
talking
type of
about it, but
recidivism, those that are repeat offenders.
we're talking about it. Nothing has been implemented.
Okay,
What city is this in?
thank you.
This is Detroit, but it happens everywhere. It's not just
Okay.
singling out Detroit or anything like
Okay.
that.
It's just those kind of areas you're
Right,
saying.
just those
right?
areas that have high probability or high risk. You know, like I said, Commissioner Clemente's got areas in her division and.
They do commit the
So-
area, okay, don't let him off the hook.
Outer Drive, huh?
All right, okay,
Do a little campaign.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Anything else from our group? Okay, thank you. Next item.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 1-year construction contract with a 2-year option to renew with MK Construction Co. for Hawthorne pedestrian bridge over the middle branch of the Rouge River, 2,500 feet south of the Hines Drive and Ann Arbor Trail intersection in the city of Westland.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Elizabeth Isler, Chief of Planning, Wayne County Parks. Yes, this is just to extend the contract to complete the project.
There's no change in the dollars.
No change in the dollars. It's almost done. It just needed to do restoration for spring.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
So it will be in use.
Yeah, should be anytime. Yeah,
Okay.
just they need to get this contract approved, and then they'll get back in and finish their paving in front of the bike path to put that back where, to be safe. And then it's just basically the ground to the bridge and then after the bridge to get that all graded out and reseeded.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
Questions on this? Okay, next item.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of a one-year professional services contract with 4 one-year options to renew with United Landscape to provide landscape maintenance services at buildings, shelters, athletic fields, comfort stations, and other active use and recreation areas throughout the Wayne County Park System on an as-needed basis.
Yep. So this is just supplementing our maintenance staff. The beds that we have at Elizabeth Park, the Chateau, Tourist Lodge, our Nankin admin building, and then we have gardens at Crosswinds. So things that they don't typically handle, we have this group do for us.
Okay, great. And you're on a schedule with this.
Yep.
Any questions on this item? Okay, next item. You have another one?
I know. Two more.
Two more, yeah.
Yes.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to an addendum to a cooperative agreement with WCI Contractors to continue to remove and reconstruct the Elizabeth Park Loop Return Road in the city of Trenton.
Okay, and this is no change in the dollar amount as well.
Yep, just extending it to complete the project
Okay, and that'll be done.
this year. Yeah,
This year.
so yeah, they'll, as soon as this gets approved, there's a little bit of engineering work that needs to be done. And then once that's completed, then they'll start, hopefully, I would say this summer.
Okay,
Yeah, wrap
but
it
it's
up.
still usable in that.
It's just, it's
area.
actually that loop that is closed right now. I
Okay.
don't know if you've been to Elizabeth Park, but they've got, you have to leave the park to then turn around and come back in. And that was closed like, I don't know, you might remember, if people live downriver a long time ago to prevent cruising,
Mm.
which we've decided people still do that, but not at the intensity level that they used to. So we're letting people actually legally turn around and keep going back into the park if they, want to.
That's the gravel area right now, and it's gonna be paved over, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Right, so people could
Good.
keep going.
that's, it's a great idea.
Thank
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so
All right.
safer. Mhm.
Safer, yeah. Any
Mhm.
other questions on this? Okay, next item.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to an addendum to a cooperative agreement with WCI Contractors to continue to convert 2 basketball courts into 1 court and 2 pickleball courts at Warrendale Park in the city of Dearborn Heights.
And this is no change in the dollar amount as well?
Yep, just to get it done.
Yep, I'm sure people are wanting those pickleball courts.
That's what I keep hearing.
Yep. Very popular. So when do you think this is all going to be completed?
This year also.
This year?
Yeah, they were ready to go. We just ran out of by the time this was approved, it was too late to start. So it'll be this summer also.
Okay, good. Commissioner Clemente?
Is this a county park or is it
Yes.
oh, it's a county park?
Yep.
Okay. all right, great.
Warrendale is
Warrendale,
part of
okay, I was
Hines.
trying to
It's
find
part
it
of
here.
Hines.
Oh, very good. Okay, thank
In
you.
Dearborn Heights?
Yep,
Thank
mhm.
you.
Okay, so that's Warrendale. Yep. Okay, great. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, next item.
Item 7, requesting commission approval of Amendment 2 to an agreement which consists of an addendum and master subscription agreement with 2 one-year options to renew with Brightly Software to enable the Department of Facilities Management and Planning to upgrade from the Asset Essentials Core into an Asset Essentials Enterprise Program to allow each county building to exist on a separate site.
Okay, great. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is the software,
Introduce yourself.
I'm sorry, you
Sorry.
forgot about that. Gregory Hurst, Director of Facilities Management and Planning. So this is the software that we use for our work order, for all of our maintenance for CJC and all other properties that we maintain for the county. What we're looking to do is, once we went live with the program, And we started really diving into the data of how much we're spending, how many hours we're working on, the different projects. But then we realized that there were limitations to the current software, one of which the package doesn't allow us to parse out all of the different buildings. So we're really managing a lot of data collectively where we want to be able to manage and really see a little more granular as to how we're actually managing and maintaining each building throughout the county. So it allows us a little more insight into the data of what we're doing and what we're spending, how much time we're spending on maintenance for all of our buildings. Additionally, it allows us a more robust reporting portion of the software. So I'm sorry, I feel like smarting. It really just builds on the reporting strategy as well. So currently, if there's a report that's not already developed as more of kind of a canned, software component, we would have to contact the vendor in order to ask them to build out additional reports. Well, this allows us access to do that on our own. And so as we're becoming more familiar with the product, we realize what we don't have and what we need. And in order to achieve that goal, we have to go to a higher subscription. And so we're just asking for the remainder of this contract to move to a better version, so it allows us more insight and access into the work that we're doing.
So each building would then have its own separate site, like
Correct.
separate information. So you wouldn't have to get a hold of them and extract.
Currently, it's set up as one Wayne County site.
Okay.
And then we have to have subsets for buildings, which, as you can imagine, all of the work orders for all of the buildings that my department manages, we have to then filter. What we'll be able to do is to be more granular, and each building will be its own function. And then, so it's just a very arduous process right now to really kind of parse out what we're doing at each building. And so it gives us more insight. And then the reporting is so much more robust that once we achieve that strategy of having separate sites, the way of extracting the data is going to be so much easier as well.
Yeah, good. It's good that capability is there. Any questions on this? Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Next up.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 3-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Wade Trim Associates to allow services during and post-construction related to professional engineering design services for the baseline road bridge replacement over CXX Railroad between Novi Road and Griswold Street in the city of Northville.
Okay, yay.
Good morning,
morning.
everyone. This is Sammy Kabdi, Director of Engineering, Highway Engineer. This project, as you know, it's not something new. We are anticipating construction to start at the beginning of the year. So this way we don't interrupt traffic during, shopping season. So we already have our designer, Wade Trim. We want to, as a practice, to keep them on board for any questions that might arise during construction and to do any testing required by MDOT after the project is completed.
So in January or so, they're going to be working underneath. the
Yes,
bridge
they would
equipment?
be removing this bridge is not a bridge replacement, it's just a deck replacement.
Right.
So they will be start removing, they will close it to traffic, and then they have to do some logistic stuff because we have a railroad cross,
Yeah.
underneath it. So they have to coordinate all this work with the railroad too for the right of entry and the flag person and all. So yes, I mean, that's the anticipation. After they secure everything, then they can start the demo.
When you close a bridge, which I know you had to do that many times during Wayne County, how much of a notice do you give the people in that area before you actually close it down?
Yeah, typically, I mean, the community knows about this. This
Oh,
has
yeah.
been in the, so
Oh, yeah.
in typically, most of these projects, like construction projects, we have minimum 2 weeks
Okay.
for the press release to go out, but we already, before we close the road, also 2 weeks before that, we put these changeable message boards on both sides. This way also we warn, travelers that road construction is coming.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good. Thank you.
You're
Any
welcome.
questions on this one? Okay, Madam Clerk, next one.
Item 9, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 3-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Wade Trim Associates to allow services during and post-construction related to professional engineering design services for the Elba Drive over Elba Canal Bridge replacement between East River Road and Elba Island Drive in Grosse Ile Township.
Commissioner Palmera, any questions? Just happy? Okay, do you want to tell us anything about this?
This is the same thing
Yep.
too. We want to retain with the trim, to be available for us to answer any questions that might arise during construction and do the load rating after we build it to, submit it to MDOT.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any questions on this? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item. Oh, we have to vote.
We have a motion by Commissioner Kenlock and a support by Commissioner Baydun for items 1 through 9, and item 1 being a receive and file item.
Okay, and can you also call the roll, please? Or the vote? Oh,
Commissioner Kenlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Clemente, Commissioner Baydun,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomero.
Yes.
Chairman Recchi,
yes.
motion carried.
Okay, thank you. I can't seem to vote on this, so that's why I wanted that. All right, next item.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
Heard of none. Next item.
G, public comments.
Anyone here in this room that would like to address the Committee on Public Services? Okay, do we have any emails, Madam Clerk?
No emails were received.
Okay, do you see anybody on Zoom? If there's anybody on Zoom or on the phone that would like to address us, please do so. And you have 2 minutes.
There are no hands raised on Zoom.
Okay, seeing and hearing none. Next item.
Adjournment.
Adjournment.
All right.
Support.
All right, we are now adjourned. Thank you, everyone.